Tonight at Manor High School is Senior Parents Night, and at this time we'd like to acknowledge the parents of our senior players, athletic trainers, and cheerleaders. First for our players. Presenting flowers, Superintendent of Middle Schools, Matt Miller. Number 1, Brandon Fritz, escorted by Kim and Don Fritz. Number 5, Connor Krasancic, escorted by Peggy Plowman, Frank Krasancic, Cachetta Alicio, and in memory from St. Louis at the Nike Cap, Coach Bob Krasancic.
Yeah, he said last week before he left that he wasn't going to be here. He said it was like a couple of years.
Number 6, Kaya Powell, escorted by Melissa and Curtis Powell. Number 8, Corey Plafton, escorted by Andrea and Dean Plafton. Number 9, Nick Filler, escorted by Nina and Fred Filler. Number 12, Zach Parisi, escorted by Desiree and Dave Parisi. Number 13, Todd Green, escorted by Lori and Chet Green. Number 16, Austin Hankins, escorted by Krista and Keith Hankins. Number 18, Jake Berardinelli, escorted by Coach Steve Trevisano. Number 22, Delvon Maddox, escorted by Erica Yan. Number 26, Rayvon Bowles, escorted by Terry and Kareem Muhammad. Number 30, Justin McMahon, escorted by Wendy and Kevin McMahon. Number 33, Keith McCormick, escorted by Michelle and Patrick McCormick. Number 34, Mason McHenrick, escorted by Ellen and Pat McHenrick. Number 37, James Pachatsko, escorted by Jeanette and James Pachatsko. Number 39, Mike Music, escorted by Missy and Mike Music. Number 50, Matt Zolchek, escorted by Patty and Jay Zolchek. Number 52, Kent Berger, escorted by Cammy Berger. Number 60, Brandon Ray, escorted by Corinne and Jeff Ray. Number 63, Jimmy Swire, escorted by Leah and Mike Swire. Number 66, Isaiah Stewart, escorted by Valencia and John Stewart. Number 72, Mitch Morrison, escorted by Lisa and Barry Morrison. Number 76, Matthew Kovacic, escorted by Amy and Kevin Kovacic. Number 77, Jacob Crawford, escorted by Kim and Eric Crawford. Number 82, Johannes Lemke, escorted by Scott Carty. And number 90, Drew Meckling, escorted by Michelle and Jeff Meckling. And now our senior cheerleaders and parents. Michaela Gabriel, escorted by Kim and Joe Gabriel. Sydney Bernito, escorted by David Bernito and Michelle Lopez.
These bleachers are red and gray. I'm just curious because I got 18 and 19, but it starts at 19. I'm gonna go with red.
Jesse Krejci, escorted by Jennifer and William Krejci. Rachel Piazza, escorted by Tracy and Frank Piazza.
Yeah, there's no 18, 19 and 17.
Sarah Sapkowski, escorted by Bernadette and Christopher Sapkowski. Sydney Thomas, escorted by Linda and Gary Thomas. Ruth Vadnal, escorted by Anita Vadnal and Uncle Neil Gallagher. And now our senior athletic trainers and parents. Alex Morgan, escorted by Kelly and Bob Lukowski. David Osborne, escorted by Donna and Dave Osborne. And Tony Stupecki, escorted by Bob and Tom Stupecki. Thank you, parents, for all that you've done for your sons and daughters in our football program.
And here they come, the Menor Cardinals. On a chilly Friday, October evening here, October the 11th, in the 2013 high school football season, the Menor Cardinals coming into this evening with a record of 5-1. The Brunswick Blue Devils, 4-2 on the year. This is a battle of the Northeastern Ohio Conference, the Valley Division. Menor leads the overall series between these two teams 3-0. The last meeting was last year. So far this year in the conference, Menor is 1-0. Brunswick comes in with an 0-1 conference record. Blue Devils come in after losing back-to-back games to Austintown Fitch and Hudson. They rebounded in a big way last week against previously unbeaten Elyria, with just 4 starters returning on both sides of the ball. Brunswick coming into this 2013 season with cautious optimism. Menor, on the other hand, has really been on quite of a roll here lately after losing in week number 2 to the St. Ignatius Wildcats at home. They've been on a run of 4 victories in a row, taking care of the Euclid Panthers on the road, Twinsburg Tigers on the road, and the Brush Arcs at the Brush Arcs Stadium. Last week at home, finally returning to some home cooking against the Shaker Heights. They ended up pulling the victory out with a decisive 56-14 victory last week. Cardinals ended up amassing quite a bit of yardage. In comparison with Shaker Heights, only came up with 209 yards on the game. Menor established an early scoring attack with 490 total yards on the game, 269 yards rushing, 221 yards passing, amassing 27 first downs. They had 1 interception and also a blocked kick that resulted in a touchdown as well. So once again, Menor finds himself at home at the Jerome T. Osborne Stadium, looking for another big victory here in front of the home crowd. Senior Mike Music getting ready to kick off from the Menor 40-yard line. Once again, Menor's offense has been on a big roll since the Week 2 loss to St. Ignatius. Quarterback Connor Krasanzik's accounted for more than 700 yards of offense and passed or run for 10 TDs over the last 2 weeks alone. Also getting in on the action, running back Eddie Doherty, 6 touchdowns over the past 2 games. He's established himself as a leading rushing threat and also a receiving threat too. And here's the kick. And the Brunswick Blue Devils are going to run it out. Stopped at the 15-yard line, taken down by the Menor Cardinals. As we get ready to begin play here. 1st and 10 for the Brunswick Blue Devils. Blue Devils, one of their top players, Chase Reed, running back. This senior running back had a big game last week, scoring the winning touchdown in the final minute against Elyria. Finished the game with 202 rushing yards. Cardinals will definitely have to keep their eye on Chase Reed this evening. And the Blue Devils quarterback drops back to pass, but he's going to run it straight ahead to about the 22-yard line. Quarterbacking the Brunswick Blue Devils this evening, number 10, Stephen Fick. The 6'4", 200-pound junior. As the Blue Devils break the huddle, it's going to be a 2nd down and 4 for the Blue Devils. And they're going to hand the ball off. Short gain. Appear to be stopped short of the 1st down by the Cardinals defense. That was number 21, Matt Gore, the running back for the Brunswick Blue Devils. It's going to be a 3rd down and short. Call it a 3rd and 3 for the Blue Devils. Quarterback quick pass, looking to the top sideline, incomplete. It's going to be a 4th down and short for the Blue Devils.
Stephen Fick's pass is incomplete, intended for number 16, Zach Parker. There is a flag on the play.
There was a penalty flag on the play. We'll wait to see what that was. The Cardinals come in rated with the Associated Press in Division I, number 10 in the state poll. Rated number 10. And the penalty is going to give the Blue Devils a 1st down. First and 10 for the Blue Devils. Again, the Cardinals had a strong week on defense last week. Looking for similar results this week as they stopped the Blue Devils for just a short gain. Again, last week on defense, the Menor Cardinals held the Shaker Heights team to 209 total yards. Only 75 yards rushing by Shaker last week.
Number 30, Justin McMahon. Number 34, Mason McHenry. 2nd down and 8.
And Brunswick's running the ball, being forced to the sideline. Taken down by the Cardinals at about the 32-yard line on the Brunswick side of the field. And that was Chase Reed, number 31 for the Blue Devils. 10 minutes remaining in the 1st quarter. It's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Blue Devils. Cardinals read that play all the way. Put the Blue Devils in a tough spot here. Blue Devils in their huddle here again, led by their quarterback, the junior, Stephen Fissick. And Fissick drops back to pass, being pressured by the Cardinals and taken down for the sack at the 29-yard line on the Brunswick Blue Devils side of the field. Going to force them into a punting situation with 9:25 remaining in the quarter. Nice defensive stop by the Cardinals. The Brunswick Blue Devils, coached by Luke Beal. He replaced a legendary Brunswick coach, Rick Nowak, a few years ago. Again, the overall series between these two teams, Menor and Brunswick, 3-0. Menor leads the overall series.
1st and 10 Cardinals.
And the Cardinals breaking out here for 1st and 10. Eddie Doherty on the punt. Cardinals have the ball at their own 31-yard line. Again, Connor Krasanzik, after starting out the season, splitting time at quarterback the first few games due to a sore arm. He's really come on since the Euclid game number 3 of the season. And he's really established himself as one of the top quarterbacks in the area here. In a familiar shotgun set, spread formation, 2 receivers on the near side, 2 on the top side. Looking to his receiver on the top side. Brandon Fritz, he's got the ball, he's got some running room to 50 to 40 before being taken down around the 37-yard line on the Blue Devils side of the field. Nice hookup with the first offensive play of the game for the Mentor Cardinals. Much of the season, Brandon Fritz has been being double-teamed due to his strong play in the past few seasons. Brandon's committed next year to play football at North Carolina. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Connor Krasanzik looking down the field, and he's looking to run. He's got the 40, the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, going inside the 15 and taken down. 2 big plays back-to-back for the Cardinals. Connor Krasanzik hooking up with Brandon Fritz, and now on a long run, taking him inside the red zone. 8 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Once again, Connor Krasanzik's really had himself a couple big weeks in a row here. Over 700 yards of offense the past 2 weeks and 10 touchdowns. 1st and 10, he hands off the ball for a few yards here. Number 40, Eddie Doherty on the carry. And again, Eddie Doherty's really come on over the past couple games as well. 6 touchdowns in the past 2 games, both Cardinal victories. Connor Krasanzik, 3 receivers on the top side, 2 on the bottom, looking to the top. Dangerous pass, but he grabbed it. Going to place the ball about the 10-yard line. Once again, connecting with number 1, Brandon Fritz. The seniors connecting on senior night. Connor Krasanzik to Brandon Fritz. 7.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. It's going to be a 3rd down and short for the Cardinals. Connor Krasanzik looking in the end zone, had a receiver, and he overshoots him.
Krasanzik's pass is incomplete, intended for number 8, Corey Plavkin.
Krasanzik was looking for number 8, Corey Plavkin, in the end zone. Cardinals look like they're going to go for it on 4th and 2. One receiver at the top side, 4 on the bottom side as Connor Krasanzik in the shotgun position. 4th down, he's going to look to run, and he's got some running room in for the touchdown! Connor Krasanzik keeping it himself, 4th and short. I'm just going to run it in and get the 6 points. Cardinals up on top with 7:20 remaining in the first quarter. Cardinals take the early lead, 6-0 over the Brunswick Blue Devils. What a quick drive by the Cardinals. Couple big plays. Connor Krasanzik to Brandon Fritz for the long gain on the pass on 1st and 10 on the first play of the Cardinals' offensive possession. And then Krasanzik on a long run before running it in for the score on 4th and short. Mike Music caps it off with the extra point. 7-0. Cardinals take the advantage early on. That's 2 weeks in a row. The Cardinals jumping out early in the scoring column. Cardinals last week jumped out early and often against the Shaker Heights Red Raiders for the 56-14 victory. The Cardinals averaging 50.8 points per game since week number 2. After that defeat at the hands of the St. Ignatius Wildcats here at home, left a bad taste in their mouth, and they've been taking it out on the competition ever since. Laying down Euclid Panthers 36-0, and then Twinsburg Tigers 49-0. The back-to-back shutouts followed by a 62-43 victory over the Brush Sharks before topping the Shaker Heights Red Raiders back at home last week, 56-14. Mike Music, the senior kicker, ready to kick off to the Blue Devils from his own 40-yard line on the Mentor side. The ball set, 7:20 remaining in the first quarter. 7-0, your Cardinals with the advantage over Brunswick. And that's going in the back of the end zone for a touchback. Again, this is senior night here at Mentor High. The senior players and their parents are recognized before the game. Blue Devils coming out for a 1st and 10. Led by their quarterback, Stephen Fisick. Once again, running back Chase Reed for the Blue Devils. Had over 200 yards rushing last week in their upset of Elyria. 1st and 10, and they're going to hand off. Stopped by the Mentor Cardinals. A host of Cardinals taking them down right at the 20-yard line. That's really the Blue Devils' bread and butter is their running game, and the Cardinals sniffed that one out once again early for the takedown. It's going to be a 2nd down and 9 for the Blue Devils. 7 minutes remaining in the 1st quarter. Delvon Maddox in on the tackle. 2nd down and 9, Blue Devils. 2 receivers at the top side. Quarterback in a shotgun position, looking to the top for a receiver, and he overshoots him as the ball goes out of bounds. Incomplete. Bringing up a 3rd down and long. So again, the Cardinals' defense has been pretty stingy over the last few weeks here. Only allowing 14 points to the Shaker Heights Red Raiders and 2 shutouts. One against Euclid, one against Twinsburg. A bit of a shootout was the lone exception against the Brush Arcs, where Brush early on had the advantage over the Cardinals before Cardinals took the 62-43 lead. Brunswick on a 3rd down and long. Moving the chains for a 1st and 10.
Stephen Fick's pass is completed to number 16, Justin Gallad.
It was Justin Gallad on the reception from quarterback Stephen Fisick.
Number 6, Kyle Powell. 1st down and 10, Brunswick.
Cardinals, Kai Powell on a stop on that play as they prepare to defend the 1st and 10. Senior night tonight, but also the 2nd week where there's going to be 8 players, 2 coaches, and 6 teams that are going to be recognized here at Jerome T. Osborne Stadium. 1st down running play for the Blue Devils.
Number 31, Chase Reed on the carry for Brunswick.
5:55 remaining in the 1st quarter. That was Chase Reed on the short rushing gain for the Blue Devils.
2nd down and 8.
Blue Devils break the huddle. Line up. 2 receivers on the top side. 2 backs behind Stephen Fisick. As he drops back for another pass, looking at the receiver on the top side. Incomplete. Well defended by the Cardinals.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 16, Justin Gallad.
Justin Gallad again a target for Stephen Fisick. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 for the Blue Devils. Their 38-yard line. Once again, the Blue Devils come in with a 4-2 record on the year. Euro Mentor Cardinals with a 5-1 mark. And the quarterback looking to the top sideline in midfield. Throws the pass out of bounds. It's going to bring up a 4th down and long. And the punting unit comes out again for the Blue Devils. Number 16, back to punt. Zach Parker, the senior kicker. And waiting at the 25-yard line on the Mentor Cardinals side, number 40, Eddie Doherty, and the punt nearly blocked. Eddie Doherty is going to let that ball bounce, and it's going to take a Blue Devils bounce just inside the 15-yard line. Took a Blue Devils roll. Is it back to Cardinals up? Once again, that punt almost blocked. 5:17 remaining in the quarter. You Cardinals up 7-0 over the Blue Devils out of Brunswick. Matchup with 2 teams out of the Northeastern Ohio Conference, the Valley Division. Brunswick 0-1 in the conference. Mentor Cardinals 1-0 as they get set on 1st down. Receiver in motion, setting up behind or next to the quarterback, Connor Krasanzik. He's going to hand the ball off to the running back. Looked like he had going to be taken out for a short gain. He broke free for a nice run. Alex Matthews on the run, near to a 1st down to the 25-yard line. And we're going to call it a 1st down. 2 receivers on the near side, 2 on the top side. Connor Krasanzik sets up in the shotgun position, looking to pass downfield. Doesn't have anybody. He's going to run it. Read by the Blue Devils, and he's forced out of bounds of the 33-yard line.
Brought down by Brunswick's number 49, Justin Bodie. 2nd down and 4.
The dual threat, Connor Krzanzik, leading the Mentor Cardinals in rushing on the season. Last week had 13 rushes for 118 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. And in the air, he had 14 completions on 24 attempts for 186 yards and 2 passing touchdowns last week. The Cardinals line up. The handoff straight up the middle of the 40, 45, the 50 with some running room. To the 40, to the 35, to the 30. Oh, what a run. No flags on the run. Running back broke free. Eddie Doherty on the long scamper. Nearly broke it free. As the ball set up on the 32-yard line on the Blue Devils side of the field. Eddie Doherty with the long run. Connor Krzanzik looking downfield. Got a receiver in the end zone. Oh! Just out of his reach. Connor Krzanzik had his receiver open. Just missed the number 1 Brandon Fritz in the end zone for the sure TD if he would have came down with that grab. Cardinals, a number of big plays so far in this game. 2nd down and 10. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the top side. Connor Krzanzik's going to run with the ball to the right. Well read by the Blue Devils defense. Flag on the field. Getting a little bit chippy out here. Jake Ambrose with the tackle for the Blue Devils. Flag on the play, and the Cardinals are walking back. It's going to be a holding call against the Cardinals. 4:18 remaining in the first quarter. Your score, Mentor Cardinals 7, Brunswick Blue Devils 0. And they're going to call it a 2nd down and long, we'll call it here, from the 44-yard line on the Blue Devils side of the field. 2nd and 21. Connor Krzanzik looking downfield. He's going to pass the ball. He's got a receiver. Corey Plavkin on the reception at about the 35-yard line. Nice grab.
Connor Krzanzik's pass is complete to number 8, Corey Plavkin.
Once again, Connor Krzanzik, the dual threat, actually leading the Cardinals in rushing on the season with 557 rushing yards. And through the air, Connor Krzanzik, 913 passing yards, should be going over 1,000 yards on the season passing. And a nice grab. And he's still running the 25, the 15, the 10. The dangerous pass. Eddie Doherty on the grab. Connor Krzanzik found his man and thread the needle for the reception by Eddie Doherty. And a nifty run following the reception. Once again, nearly breaking it free for the score. 3:30 remaining in the first quarter. Cardinals on the move in the red zone again. Connor Krzanzik in the shotgun. He's going to hand the ball off for a short gain. Eddie Doherty on the run. Going to bring up a 2nd down for the Cardinals as we near 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 7-0, Cardinals over top of the Blue Devils out of Brunswick. Back-to-back home games for the Cardinals after spending 3 games on the road. Connor Krzanzik's running the ball, and he's going to take it just shy of the end. Well, and he's in there for the touchdown. They're giving him credit for the score. Connor Krzanzik, once again, taking it to the house himself, running it in. 13-0, the Cardinals pull out for the advantage. 2 minutes, 42 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Mr. Do-It-All, Connor Krzanzik, through the air, on the ground, once again. Touchdown on the ground for the score for the Cardinals. And it's being looked at here. And the refs are going to decide a little bit of indecisiveness on if it was a touchdown or not. The one referee signaled touchdown, but it's going to be overruled at this point. So we're going to take that touchdown off the board. the one referee did signal that it was a touchdown, but it was overruled as they conferred on it. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and short for the Cardinals. 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 2 receivers on the near side. We're going to do it again. Connor Krasancic. This time we're going to count him for the touchdown. Connor Krasancic doing it again. Take the points off. We put him right back. The quarterback keeper for the score. Straight up the middle. 13-0. Cardinals with the advantage over the Brunswick Blue Devils here at Jerome T. Osborne Stadium, Mentor, Ohio. Some home cooking again here for the Cardinals for the 2nd week in a row. Mike Music coming out to again attempt the extra point. Mike Music, it's up, and the extra point is good. 14-0. The Cardinals take the advantage over the Blue Devils here. 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Take the points away momentarily, but that's not going to stop the Cardinals. They come back for the quick score. Again on the season, Connor Krasancic, 557 yards rushing. Eddie Doherty following him, 489 yards coming into this game. Receiving, Eddie Doherty, the leading receiver for the Cardinals, 33 catches on the season for 393 yards. 4 touchdowns from the passing side for Eddie Doherty. Corey Plavkin, the 2nd leading receiver for the Cardinals with 20 receptions, 375 yards, and 6 TDs. And then Brandon Fritz, 16 receptions coming into this game for 259 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then the 4th leading receiver for the Cardinals, your quarterback, Connor Krasancic, with 9 catches for 95 yards. Again, the beginning of the season when Connor Krasancic's arm was a bit sore and he was splitting time at quarterback with Matt Eisworth. Matt was connecting with Connor, who did split some time at the wide receiver position in the first couple games. Mike Music with the kick. It's going to be caught by the Blue Devils. They're going to run it out to the 10, to the 20, to the 25 with some running room, to the 30, to the 35. Oh, taken down by the Cardinals. On a nice run back by the Blue Devils before being taken down. Number 6, Adam Weber with the run back for the Blue Devils. 33, Keith McCormick with the stop for the Cardinals. Also give credit to Jake Berardinelli on that stop as well. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. From their own 35-yard line, Blue Devils setting up in a shotgun position. They're going to hand the ball off for a short amount of running room for about a 5-yard gain. Number 2, Richie Norman, the senior running back for the Blue Devils before it being stopped. 2nd and 5 for the Blue Devils. Coming up on a minute 48 remaining in the first quarter. Cardinals up 14-0. Again, tough rushing attack by the Blue Devils here. And the Cardinals stop them here on 2nd down. On the run, it was number 27, Mike Beckany for the Blue Devils, the junior running back. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short for the Blue Devils here as the Cardinals look to tighten up and once again stop the Blue Devils offense here and force them to punt again. Blue Devils already been forced into 2 punting situations. And they're going to hand off. And they're going to be stopped. And it appears to be short of the 1st down. Number 2 again, Richie Norman on the run, the senior running back for the Blue Devils. Justin McMahon on the stop, the senior linebacker for the Cardinals. Going to bring up a 4th down and 2 for the Blue Devils. And it looks like the punter's coming on the field. But they're going to go for it. That punter, number 16, is lining up at the top of the field in a receiver position. They snap the ball. And the Cardinals stuff the Blue Devils. It appears it's going to be a turnover on downs. And it is. The Cardinals with the stop. Stuffing this vaunted Blue Devils rushing attack. Turnover on downs. Cardinals 1st and 10. 29 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 14-0, the Cardinals over the Blue Devils from Jerome T. Osborne Stadium here. The 4-2 Blue Devils battling the 5-1 Mentor Cardinals, who've been out to a quick start here. Really been rolling here on offense. Connor Krasanzik passing and running here as the Cardinals from the 45-yard line on the Blue Devils side of the field. Krasanzik in the shotgun position, 2 receivers on the near side, 2 on the top side, looking for a receiver on the top. The nifty little grab, one-handed snag close to the 40-yard line on the Blue Devils side of the field. Eddie Doherty with the grab. Nice catch. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and long, 2nd and 8 for the Cardinals as the clock is winding down, ticking away, under 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It's going to be close to get the play off here, and they do. And he's going to hand the ball off to Doherty, who's got, before being taken down, broke a tackle, but stuffed at about the 42-yard line on the Blue Devils side of the field. So that'll signal the end of the first quarter, where your Mentor Cardinals with the advantage, 14 points. The visiting Brunswick Blue Devils, 0. The players, Tom Barnt, Rick Galbos, Bob Hallen, Don Martin, Dan Rychek, Paul Rychek, Bartansky, and Mitch Trubisky. The 2 coaches being recognized, Dr. Lee Tressel and Dick Crum. Then we have 6 teams that are being honored as well. The 1955 team, the 1968 team, 2003, 2006, 2007, and 2012. Again, just underneath the press box, we have the recognition for the 8 players, 2 coaches, and 6 teams. They're being recognized right now. Tom Barnt, 1987 and 1989 for the Cardinals, one of the most versatile linemen in the history of the Mentor program. The now 43-year-old broke his leg as a sophomore in high school. He returned to have an outstanding junior and senior season as a defensive lineman. Bart earned All-Ohio and numerous other awards as a standout for the Cards. Rick Galbos from 1967 to 69. The standout quarterback played at Mentor from 67 to 69. Once again was the co-captain of the 1968 team that defeated Massillon 19-0 at Tiger Stadium. He's a 3-sport athlete for the Cardinals. Football, swimming, and track. Went on to play at Ohio State from 1970 to 1972. Played in 2 Rose Bowl games and was captain for the Buckeyes in 1972. Inducted to the Outstanding College Athletes of America Hall of Fame. Went on to play in the CFL for the Calgary Stampeders from 1973 to 1977. Bob Hallen played from 1991 to 1993. Hallen was an honorable mention, All-Ohio in his senior season at Mentor. He's a 4-year starter at Kent State, starting 44 consecutive games. He was drafted in 1998 in the NFL by the Atlanta Falcons in the 2nd round. Went on to play the Super Bowl with the Falcons as well. Played from 1998 to 2001 for the Falcons. Also played for the San Diego Chargers from 2002 through 2005. And he actually signed with the hometown Cleveland Browns prior to the 2006 NFL season. Don Martin from 1969 to 1971. Martin was a 3-sport standout at Mentor and a 3-year veteran of football, basketball, and track. Martin racked up over 4,000 total yards, scored 350 points during his football career with the Cardinals. Had scholarship offers from Ohio State, Purdue, Indiana, Michigan, and Notre Dame, but chose to play at the University of Miami as he lettered for the Hurricanes in 1974 and 75. Dan Rychek and Paul Rychek, the brothers recognized as they're being honored too as well. As the crowd gets loud as they just announced the most recent player to be inducted into the Ring of Fame, Mitch Trubisky. As the Cardinals back on the field. 3rd down, Connor Krasanzik. Looking down the field, he's got a receiver, number 11. Oh, and he just overshoots Kyle Tankovich. With his outstretched arms, just missed the long gain on the pass from Connor Krasanzik, who just overshot him, bringing up a 4th down for the Mentor Cardinals. Again, also being recognized in a Ring of Honor, Dan Rychek, the 64-year-old now. Played at the Mentor in the 1960s, went out to University of Virginia. He was a 13th round pick of the Washington Redskins in '71, later played for Tampa Bay and Los Angeles. Paul Rychek after being selected All-Ohio, earning several other individual honors while at Mentor. Now the 61-year-old played at the University of Virginia. He was drafted by the Atlanta Falcons in the 10th round of the 1974 draft as a center. As the Cardinals punt the ball, Mike Music with the punt. It's going to end up going out of bounds for a touchback for the Blue Devils. Again, the two other players that are inducted into the Ring of Honor, Bart Tansky, 2008 graduate, started at Mentor in 2006 and 2007, leading the Cards to the Division I state championship game both seasons. Tansky went on to Bowling Green as a walk-on, where he switched to wide receiver and was a holder on field goals. He was selected as a captain as a fifth-year senior at BG, majoring in engineering there. He's in his first year as a defensive coach with the University of Findlay. The Blue Devils on 1st and 10. Their quarterback rolling out, looking down the field. Steve Fissick running the ball, stopped by, it looks like, half of the Cardinals defense before being taken down. And finally, the last player inducted into the Ring of Fame, as you heard the crowd acknowledge, Mitch Trubisky. Played for the Cardinals from 2010 to 2012. The 2013 graduate had one of the most decorated football careers any Mentor players ever enjoyed. Trubisky threw for 93 touchdowns and rushed for 32 scores, amassing over 11,000 yards during his 3 seasons as the QB for the Cards. He was named Ohio Gatorade Player of the Year, a 2-time Fisher Award winner for the News Herald and Consensus All-Ohioan, earning a scholarship to the University of North Carolina. As the Blue Devils on 2nd down hand the ball off. Number 2, Richie Norman, before being taken down by the Cardinals. Flags are flying. So again, the two teams mixing it up a little bit here.
Number 2, Richie Norman on the carry for the Cardinals. Brought down by the Cardinals. Number 22, Von Maddox.
Von Maddox on the stop for the Cardinals. As we wait to see what the penalties are.
Personal foul against the Cardinals.
Personal foul going to go against the Cardinals. Steve Trevisano cannot be happy about that with his team in the lead, 14-0. They don't need to let the Blue Devils have any inkling of getting back in the game here at this point. It's going to bring up a 1st down for the Blue Devils. 15-yard penalty. First and 10 for the Blue Devils. They line up on the 42-yard line on the Brunswick side of the field. 10.5 minutes remaining in the half. Quarterback Steve Fissick looking down the field. Oh, he had a receiver open. Number 43, Ethan Engelke. With his outstretched arms, the quarterback overshot him, but he was open down the middle of the field. If he would have caught that, he may have been gone for a touchdown. As he broke free in the Cardinals secondary, number 43, Ethan Engelke, the junior running back for the Blue Devils. 10.5 minutes remaining in the half. 2nd down and 10. Second down. Blue Devils lining up here. Fissick hands off the ball. He's got some running room. Across midfield. It's going to be a 1st down for the Blue Devils. Richie Norman, senior running back, really shot through the hole in the center of the Cardinals defense there for the quick gain. Again, the Cardinals got to be real careful with this Blue Devils rushing attack. Blue Devils led by running back Chase Reed last week, who had over 200 yards rushing and a decisive touchdown against Elyria in the upset. Cardinal side of the field, 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. Fissick hands the ball off, but he's stuffed by the Cardinal defenders who read that run play. Number 2, Richie Norman again on a run. Austin Hankins on the stop. Also Justin McMahon in on the tackle. 9:45 remaining in the half. The Cardinals with the 14-0 lead over the Blue Devils of Brunswick. First quarter statistics. Mentor with 7 first downs. Brunswick with only 2. Cardinals 97 yards on the ground and 73 yards in the air. Ooh, as they had the quarterback on a run and a quick little nifty shuttle pass for positive yards, but it looked like he was going to be brought down for the sack. And there is a flag on the play. Brunswick, first quarter, Very stingy defense by the Cardinals. Brunswick only had 32 yards total, 17 yards rushing and 15 yards passing. As the Cardinals really shut down the Blue Devil attack in that first quarter. Cardinals, though, with that quick strike offense, only had the ball for a little bit over 4 minutes, 4 minutes 9 seconds in that first quarter. Brunswick almost had the ball for 2/3 of the time more. Almost 8 minutes the Blue Devils had the ball in that first quarter, 7 minutes 51 seconds. And that's really the Blue Devils game. They want to keep ball possession and running the ball, running the clock. As the quarterback looks in the middle of the field, he has the receiver open. The ball taken to the 45-yard line. That was a 2nd and 25 for the Blue Devils before the catch. Number 22 on the reception, Joe Pinzone, the junior receiver for the Blue Devils. Is J.D. Matsko on the stop for the Cards. It's going to still be 3rd and long, 3rd and 17 for the Blue Devils. The 45-yard line on their side of the field. Blue Devils were 1 of 4 on 3rd down conversions on the first quarter as a quarterback. Steve Fissick looking down the field. He's going to run for it. He had no receiver open. He's got a little bit of running room here before running out of bounds, but not before getting close to a first down for the Blue Devils. Actually shy. He's going to be shy. 4th down and 6 is going to be the call here in the field. It's going to be on the Menor 44-yard line. 8:12 remaining in the half. 14-0. Cards over the Blue Devils. As the Blue Devils are going to go for it. Quick pass in the center of the field. It's incomplete. Turnover on downs once again. The Cardinals going to get the ball back. The Blue Devils with a quick pass, quick slant to the center of the field. He had a receiver open, but incomplete pass, and the ball goes back to the hands of the Menor Cards. 8 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the half. Back in the hands of Connor Krasanzik and the Menor Cardinals. Again, quick strike attack of the Menor Cardinals. Only 4 minutes of possession in that first quarter, but amassing multiple touchdown scores. Short gain for the Cards. Eddie Doherty on the reception. Brandon Croston, the linebacker, on the stop for the Blue Devils. A little bit confusing here for the Blue Devils. They've got 21 players who have duplicated jersey numbers. So there's 2 number 6s, 2 number 9s, 2 number 16s. And the Cardinals, Connor Krasanzik on the run to the 35, to the 30, before being taken out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Connor Krasanzik again on a nice run for the Cards. 7.5 minutes remaining in the half. Great run for Connor Krasanzik. Again, really keeping the Blue Devils defense off balance with his double threat ability here. Is he going to run? Is he going to pass? Blue Devils don't always know, as he looks like he's going to pass this time. But he's going to turn it up the field, and he's going to run 25 to the 20 before being taken down at about the 17-yard line. Inside the red zone once again for the Cardinals. 1st and 10. And they're going to call it 2nd and short. 2nd and short, just short of a first down. 7 minutes, 3 seconds remaining in the half. Going to call it 2nd and 2 for the Cards. Connor Krasanzik's 2 receivers on the near side, 2 on the top side. He's looking on the near side, and he's taken down by the Blue Devils. First time tonight, Blue Devils got some penetration there and brought Connor Krasanzik down for the sack. It's going to be 3rd down and long for the Cardinals, and going to call it 3rd down and 12 with 6.5 minutes remaining in the half. Menor Cardinals 14, Brunswick Blue Devils 0 to this point. Connor Krasanzik in the shotgun, 2 receivers on the near side, 2 on the top side. Looking downfield, pressure again. And he put his knee down. Eddie Doherty on the reception. See what the referees call is. They're saying incomplete pass. It's going to be a 4th down for the Cardinals. 6:14 remaining in the half. 4th and 12. Looking to the sideline, Connor Krasancic. 4th and long, the Cards going to go for it here. 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. 2 receivers on the near side, 3 on the top side as Connor Krasancic stands alone in the backfield in the shotgun position. 2 plays in a row, the Blue Devils got penetration there. Eddie Doherty on the reception as he takes the ball to the 25-yard line. Stopped short of the 1st down. This time the Cardinals going to turn it over on downs to the hands of the Blue Devils. 6 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in the half. Cardinals still up 14-0 over the Blue Devils. And the Blue Devils this time setting up 3 receivers on the near side, quarterback in the shotgun position, but the handoff for a run straight up the middle. Richie Norman again on the carry. Again in the game last week against Elyria. The big upset where the Blue Devils came back. Chase Reed was the big running back last week, amassing over 200 yards on the ground. But number 2, Richie Norman, has been the primary ball carrier this evening for the Blue Devils. Stephen Fissick, the QB, sets up in the shotgun position. 1 receiver on the near side. And he's going to hand off again, but he's stopped by the Cardinals this time for back to the line of scrimmage. That was a 2nd down and 2. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short. That was shy of the 1st down as we come up on 5 minutes remaining in the half. Cardinals, for the most part, had the Blue Devils number this evening on defense. Blue Devils lining up 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the top. Quarterback's going to try to take it himself, but I think he may have been stopped on 3rd and short. 3rd and 1. Quarterback keeper as he ran straight ahead. They're going to call it a 1st down for the Blue Devils. Von Maddox on the stop for the Cardinals, but not before the Blue Devils got the 1st down. 4 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the half. Blue Devils in the huddle. $14 points for the Cards. Nothing to this point for the Blue Devils out of Brunswick. And a quick shuttle pass to the 40, to the 45, to number 2, Richie Norman again. A nice play by the Blue Devils. Lining up in that shotgun position on a couple of these offensive sets here, but going back to that familiar running game for the Blue Devils. They really have a large contingent of running backs that they could pick from here with Chase Reed, Richie Norman, Mike Beckany. As the Blue Devils break the huddle. It's going to be a 2nd and short. 4.5 minutes remaining in the half. Steve Fissick in the shotgun looking for a receiver on the top side. He caught it from midfield to the 45-yard line. Coming on the Cardinals side of the field, the Blue Devils. Another 1st down. Joe Pinzone on a reception for the Blue Devils. Once again, number 22, Joe Pinzone with the reception. Quite confusing up here in the press box, though. 2 number 22s on his Blue Devils rosters. Joe Pinzone shares that number with Matt Bernsdorf, who's a DB for the Blue Devils. As we go to 1st and 10, back to live action here. Cardinals got some pressure on the quarterback before he shuttled passes straight ahead to inside the 40-yard line on the Cardinals side of the field. Ethan Engelke on a reception for the Blue Devils. Second and 4 for the Blue Devils as we come up on 4 minutes remaining in the half. Blue Devils break the huddle. Once again, it looked like that QB, Steve Fissick, was going to go down on the last play before dishing the ball off. Quarterback looking down the field. He's going to keep it. He's got a little bit of running room here before being upended at the 35-yard line by the Cards. Mason McKendrick on a tackle for the Cards. and Trevor Morrison as well. Going to be a 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. 3.5 minutes remaining in the half. Blue Devils on the move here with the Cardinals with the 14-0 advantage at home. And again, they're going to run the ball. Richie Norman on the run for some positive yards for the Blue Devils. You got about 6 yards on the run. And they're going to call it a 2nd and 4 for the Blue Devils. Coming up on 3 minutes now remaining in the half. Blue Devils in the huddle, getting ready for the 2nd down play. Cardinals really had the Blue Devils figured out here early on. First quarter alone, the Blue Devils had to punt twice, and then there was a turnover on downs, but now they're on the move in this drive here. Oh, and the Cardinals, nice stop as they take the quarterback down. Stephen Fissick taken down as he was in the quarterback keeper there, coming up on 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the half. 3rd down and short for the Blue Devils. Nice play by the Cards. Third down for the Blue Devils. Coming up on 10 seconds on the play clock. 2.5 minutes remaining in the half. Stephen Fissick's going to hand the ball off. Stopped by the Cardinals. He may not have even got back to the line of scrimmage on that one. The Cardinals read it all the way. It's Richie Norman with the ball for the Blue Devils. Nico Lautman on the stop for the Cards. And Brunswick Blue Devils taking the TO, taking the timeout. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the half. 4th down and 4 coming up for the Blue Devils as they find themselves on the downside of a 14-0 game. Cards on top of the Blue Devils. And the Blue Devils coming into this game 4-2, having a solid season. Cardinals, as we know, coming in with their 5-1 record. Coming in with a 4-game win streak. After coming home last week, after a 3-game road trip, enjoying at home cooking last week against the Shaker Heights Red Raiders. Cardinals with a big win last week, 56-14. And this is a matchup of 2 Northeastern Ohio Conference Valley Division teams. Brunswick's 0-1 in the conference. Mentor Cardinals 1-0. 4th and 4, Blue Devils. 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes remaining. Oh, almost picked off by the Cardinals. He would have had some running room if he would have grabbed that. Turnover on downs for the Cards. Number 33, Keith McCormick, saw that INT in his sights, but a nice breakup by the DB regardless on the turnover on downs. 4th and 4 was for the Blue Devils, and the Cardinals with the stop. McCormick probably wishes he had that one back, though. If he would have snagged that, he would have been off to the races. 2 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the half for the Cardinals. Back with the ball. Connor Krasancic, 2 receivers on the near side, 1 receiver on the top side. Running back to either side, but now Eddie Doherty goes in motion to the top side. Connor Krasancic rolling to that top side, looking for it, looking downfield. Reception for the Cardinals. Connor Krasancic. Corey Plavkick on the grab. Nice grab. So Cardinals going to be in hurry-up mode. Aren't they always in hurry-up mode? Just inside a 2-minute warning before the half. Connor Krasancic on the keeper straight ahead for a few yards. Looks like he got about 4 yards on that. All at 5 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd and 5. A minute 45 remaining in the half. Cardinals on top. 14 points. Brunswick Blue Devils 0. 14-0. The lead for the Cards. 2nd down and 5. Connor Krasancic looking in the middle for Brandon Fritz. Oh! Off his fingertips and intercepted by the Blue Devils, who has some running room to the 30, to the 25, to the 15. And he leaps to the 10-yard line on the INT off the fingertips on Brandon Fritz. Brandon Croston with the INT, the linebacker for the Blue Devils. That's their defensive number 6 for the Blue Devils. Brandon Croston, always dangerous when the receiver goes off the fingertips and the ball goes up in the air. It looked like Brunswick was going to miss that first INT attempt, but the second defensive player there, Brandon Croston, was there to grab that, putting the Blue Devils in good field position here. Stephen Fissick going to keep it on a quarterback run for a couple yards. Minute 10 remaining in a half. Going to be a second down for the Blue Devils.
52.
Ken Berger on the stop for the Cards. What a turn of events here for the Cardinals. They were on the move again before that INT. Steven Fizzik in the shotgun position for the Blue Devils, rolling to the top. Defenders by the Cardinals may have him in their sights and taken down by the Cards on defense. Brought down at the 15-yard line. Steven Fizzik taken down. Ken Berger with the sack. 32 seconds remaining in a half. Timeout called. It's going to be a third down for the Blue Devils. What a nice play by the Cardinals. They read that run all the way. Fizzik looked to avoid that sack, but couldn't avoid it before being taken down by the senior Kent Berger for the Cards. 14 points for the Cards, 0 points for the Blue Devils. Coming up on halftime here in 32 seconds. Let's see if the Cardinals can come up with the stop here as the Blue Devils, when you come back from the timeout, going to be in a third down situation. It's again senior night here at the JTO for Menor High. Before the game, the seniors on the team and their parents recognized on the field. Connor Krasanzik, Brandon Fritz, and the rest of the seniors for the Cardinals, Kent Berger, and their parents came out on the field. Blue Devils getting ready for their third down. Two receivers at the top of the field. Handoff, Richie Norman, and he's stopped by the Cards. Going to bring up a fourth down for the Blue Devils. 22 seconds remaining in a half. Austin Hankins on the stop for the Cards. It's going to be another timeout. Timeout on the field by the Blue Devils. 22 seconds again remaining in a half. 14 points for the Cards. 0 points for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils on the move here following the INT on that last possession for the Cardinals. Connor Krasanzik was looking down the field for one of his favorite targets, number 1, Brandon Fritz. The ball just went off his hands and was intercepted by number 6 for the Blue Devils, Brandon Croston. As the Blue Devils come out on the field, fourth down. Blue Devils trying to get some quick points before the half. Cardinals looking to stop them, slow them down here. Blue Devils coming out with their kicking team, going to be going for the field goal, it appears, here on fourth down. 22 seconds remaining in the half. The kick is up, nearly blocked, and it looks like that it's going to be a good field goal for the Blue Devils. Bringing the score to Menor 14, Brunswick 3. 18 seconds remaining in a half. Cardinals going to get an opportunity. 18 seconds before the half. Senior night here at the JTO. Cardinals 5-1 against the Blue Devils 4-2. Again, this is week number 2 with the Ring of Honor inductees. The 8 players, 2 coaches, 6 teams being inducted into the Ring of Honor, the foundation for greatness here at Menor High. This matchup between 2 Northeast Ohio Conference Valley Division foes here. Brunswick 0-1 in the conference. Cardinals 1-0, looking to keep that perfect conference record going. Cardinals really in good position again to get to the playoffs this year in 2013 with that 5-1 overall record. Jarrell Jackson, one of the receivers back for the Cardinals here on the kickoff. Zach Parker with the kick for the Brunswick Blue Devils. Going to be fielded, nearly dropped. Jarrell Jackson going to pick it up, recover it as he goes straight ahead to the 20 to the 23-yard line. Jarrell Jackson on the return. 11 seconds remaining in the half for the Cards. 14-3 with the advantage with the Cards over the Blue Devils. Cardinals coming out, going to see what they can do. 2 seconds remaining in a half. Always with that quick strike capabilities. Never say never for the Cards. But it looks like they're going to take a knee here. They're going to be content to go into halftime with the 14-3 advantage. Cardinals over the Blue Devils. Halftime here at the JTO on senior night.
starring Grant Smith. Tonight, the band will present its 2013 competition show, Revolution and Triumph. The show is a musical representation of the American Revolution. We present Patriots, the Siege, and Declaration, which symbolizes the independence of our great nation. your Winter High School Varsity cheerleaders.
All right, that's the end of halftime here. Coming up on a few seconds. 30 seconds remain at halftime here. It's a dance team out midfield. Cardinals are up 14-3 over the Brunswick Blue Devils. Blue Devils on the road this week, visiting here at Jerome T. Osborne Stadium here in Menor, bringing their 4-2 record in versus the 5-1 Cards. Senior night here for the Cardinals. The senior players on the team and their parents and the cheerleaders, the senior cheerleaders and their parents recognized before the game, along with the Menor Ring of Honor too, the 8 players, 2 coaches, 6 teams. I mentioned the 8 players in the first half, but the 2 coaches that are being entered in, Dr. Lee Tressel, successful high school coach in Ohio, stops at Ada High School, Massillon, Washington High School, and Menor High. In Menor, Dr. Lee Tressel put together a 34-game winning streak while compiling a 16-3 mark in 2 seasons at Massillon. Tressel served as a football coach and AD, athletic director at Baldwin Wallace College. Tressel accumulated a record of 155, 52, and 6 in 23 seasons as the head coach at BW. His 1978 team won the NCAA Division III National Championship, and for his efforts, Tressel was named National Coach of the Year for that championship season. A lot of you may be more familiar that Dr. Lee Tressel is the father of Jim Tressel, who was the head coach at Ohio State University from 2001 through 2010 and led the Buckeyes to the 2002 National Championship. The other coach being recognized is Dick Crum, who was the head coach from 1963 to 1968. Crum's first head coaching job was in Menor in 1963, where he compiled a record of 59-1 over 6 seasons. He moved to the college ranks in 1969, was hired as an assistant coach at Miami University. He then served as a head coach at Miami from 1974 to 77. Crum was hired as a head coach at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill in 1978. Finest season came there in 1980 when he led the Tar Heels to the ACC Championship. An 11-1 record capped the victory over Texas. If you remember the Blue Bonnet Bowl, that's where they had the victory over Texas. North Carolina, Crum coached a number of future NFL players, including Lawrence Taylor, Hall of Famer, Harris Barton, Reuben Davis, and Kelvin Bryant. Crum finished his career at North Carolina with a record of 72, 41-3. His 72 wins are still the most in that program's history. As we get ready here for the second half, Cardinals getting set to receive. 14-3, the Cards over the Blue Devils. Jarrell Jackson is back, and Brendan Parker, number 15, and Jarrell Jackson. The 2 receivers are waiting to kick off, and here we go. And it looks like Jarrell Jackson's going to receive the kickoff, the 15 to the 20. Stopped right around the 20-yard line on the Cardinals side of the field. Jarrell Jackson on the run. Halftime statistics. First downs. Brunswick had 7 first downs in that first half of play. Menor 9. Rushing yards for the Cards, 127. Brunswick, with that vaunted rushing attack, only amassed 66 yards in the first half. 49 yards passing for Brunswick and 88 for the Menor Cardinals. Quite a bit more offensive plays. The name of the game for the Blue Devils is ball possession. Back to the plate, first down. Cardinals running the ball for a short gain on first down. Eddie Doherty with the run for the Cards. Total Total yards for Brunswick in the first half, 115. 100 more yards for the Cardinals as they had 215 yards in the first half. Second down and long for the Cardinals. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the top side. Connor Krasanzik in the familiar shotgun position. Another receiver breaks out to the top side, goes in motion, and he's going to receive the ball. He's got a little bit of running room, but stopped right away by the Blue Devils and taken down right back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a third down and long for the Cards. Eddie Doherty on the carry for the Cards. 3 penalties for 35 yards against the Cardinals in the first half. Only 1 penalty for 10 yards against the Blue Devils. As we prepare third and long, Cardinals. Connor Krasanzik gets the snap, looking downfield. He's got Brandon Fritz, the 30-yard line for the reception and the first down. Moving the chains for the Cardinals here in the second half. 10 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 14-3 Cards over the Blue Devils. Also in that first half, there was an interception. Blue Devils had an interception, ended up returning that interception for 50 yards. Number 44, Alex Matthews on the carry for the Cards. Moving straight ahead for the first down. Back-to-back first downs for the Cardinals. Getting close to midfield here. Is around the 42-yard line on the Cardinal side of the field. First and 10 Cards. 2 receivers on the near side, 2 on the top side. Once again, the handoff again. Alex Matthews stuffed the line of scrimmage and pushed back. 10 minutes remaining in the third quarter. It's going to bring up a second down and long for the Cards. Cardinals looking to the sideline for the play call on second down. Connor Krasanzik in the shotgun. Brandon Fritz on the near side. 2 receivers on the top side. Fake the handoff to the first running back. Gave it to the second one. Eddie Doherty with the long run to the 40, to the 30. Stopped at the 30-yard line for the long run by Eddie Doherty. What a run by the Cardinals running back. First and 10, let's do it again. 9:43 in the third quarter for the Cards after the big run by Eddie Doherty. Cardinals, 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the top. Blue Devils offsides, it appears. The defense jumped. Wait for the confirmation from the ref. Yep, and they're backing it up 5 yards. Penalty against the Blue Devils. Again, penalties. There's only 1 penalty in the first half for the Blue Devils. They've evened that already here early on in the third quarter. First and 5 for the Cards. 9 minutes, 20 seconds in the third quarter. Connor Krasanzik found his receiver. Eddie Doherty. Close to the first down. Eddie Doherty close to the first. And they're going to move the chains, calling it a first down. Nice catch and run by Eddie Doherty. Two receivers on the near side, 2 on the top side. Connor Krasanzik gets the snap. He's rolling to the top side, looking for his receivers. Doesn't see any. He's going to run the ball for a short gain, taken out of bounds. Connor Krasanzik on the quarterback keeper. 8:55 remaining in the third quarter. 14-3 Cards over the Blue Devils. Cards on the move. Coming up again on that red zone. Just inside the red zone. Second down, and we'll call it 9. Second and long for the Cards. Krasanzik giving the ball to number 44, Alex Matthews, on the run for the short gain on second down. It's going to bring up a third down for the Cardinals. In the first half, Cardinals were 2 of 5 on third down conversions. The Blue Devils, on the other hand, were 2 of 8 on third down conversions. Third down and 8. 8 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 4 receivers on the near side, 1 on the top side. Connor Krasanzik looking downfield. He's got a receiver, and he overshoots him just inside the 10-yard line.
Connor Krasanzik's pass is incomplete, intended for Corey.
He was looking for number 8, Corey Plavkin. Couldn't connect. Going to bring up fourth down for the Cards. And here comes senior kicker Mike Music for the field goal attempt.
Now to attempt the field goal for the Cardinals, number 39, Mike Music. Out of the holes of Zach.
A 34-yard field goal attempt for the Cardinals kicker.
Derek Dene.
So takes a practice kick here. 8:19 remaining in the third quarter. Mike Music with the 34-yard attempt. Let's see, it's up. And it's good. Mike Music with the field goal. Put 3 more points on that scoreboard. Gonna run the score to 17-3. The Cards over the Blue Devils. 8:15 remaining in the third quarter. All the touchdowns that the Cards scored. Don't see a whole lot of field goals, and a nice field goal by the senior Mike Music. 34-yard field goal attempt in success for the senior kicker. 17-3. The Cards again with a 14-point advantage over the Blue Devils here. Senior night at the JTO. Another home game for the Mentor Cardinals. Mike Music now getting ready to kick off from his own 40-yard line on the Cardinals side of the field. Next week, October the 18th, it's going to be an away game for the Cards as they go to Solon for a 7 o'clock game before coming back home against Hudson on October the 25th. Last game of the regular season is going to be an away game at Strongsville on November the 1st. Mike Music getting ready here. Foul his field goal, going to kick off from his 40. It's going to be caught at about the 10-yard line by the Blue Devils. Run up to the 20 to the 23-yard line before being taken down by the Cards. Look like Mark Walton on a stop for the Cards. I take it back. Number 2, that's Jason Blizzard on a stop for the Cards. That was number 7 on the return for the Blue Devils, David Kelty, senior wideout for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils, 1st and 10, lining up in the shotgun position. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the top side. But they're going to hand off the ball again as they customarily do in that set. But they're stopped for a short gain on 1st down. Stopped by the Cards.
Number 2, Richie Norman on the carry for.
It's Richie Norman with the carry for the Blue Devils again. Billy Hudson with the stop. The sophomore defensive lineman for the Cards with the tackle. 2nd down and 6, we'll call it for the Blue Devils. Quarterback Steve Fisick for the Blue Devils in the shotguns position. 3 receivers on the near side. He's looking downfield. Got a receiver in the middle of the field. Caught, but taken down immediately at the 30-yard line by the Cards. Joe Pinzone on a reception for the Blue Devils.
Joe Pinzone. On the stop for the Cardinals, number 13, Todd Green.
That was Todd Green on a stop for the Cards. The senior linebacker for the Cards with the tackle, going to bring up a 3rd down for the Blue Devils. In the first half, the Blue Devils were 2 of 8 on 3rd down conversions. 7 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Cards 17, Blue Devils 3. 3rd and 3. Fisick looking to get a receiver on the top side for the quick reception in the 1st down. They're going to move the chains. Joe Pinzone again on the reception. 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. Kaya Powell with the stop for the Cards. The senior DB with the tackle. 6:54 remaining in the third quarter. Blue Devils, 1st down. Steve Fisick, the shotgun. Giving it to Joe Pinzone again on a reception for the short gain. Taken down by the Cards.
Stephen Fisick's pass is complete to number 22, Joe Pinzone. On the stop for the Cardinals, number 30, Justin McMahon.
Justin McMahon on the stop for the Cards. This is number 22, Joe Pinzone on a reception again. That number 22 worn by an offensive player and a defensive player by the Blue Devils. They have 21 numbers just like that on their roster, making it a little bit tricky here to keep up with the players, but that was Joe Pinzone seeing quite a bit of action here in the second half. Number 10, Steve Fisick rolling out another shuttle pass with some running room here to the 50, to the 45. And that was a quarterback keeper there. Quarterback keeper for Stephen Fisick on the run. On the Cardinals side of the field, going to bring up another 1st down for the Blue Devils here in the second half of play. 5:55 remaining in the third quarter. As the Blue Devils look to the sideline for the call. Cardinals hoping to have 2 back-to-back home victories here on senior night. Last week was homecoming, this week senior night, recognizing the seniors on this squad with their parents before the game. 1st and 10. Physic gives the ball to his running back, number 2, Richie Norman, running straight ahead for another first down, moving the chains once again for the Blue Devils. And this is the best the Blue Devils offense has looked all night on the move here. Cardinals may be getting tired on defense after all this time of possession for the Blue Devils. 5:50 remaining in the third quarter. Cards up 17-3. 1st and 10 from the 32 on the Cardinals side of the field. Junior quarterback Stephen Physic with the ball. He's looking downfield. He's got a receiver on the top side. Well defended. Nearly picked off by the Cards, but he dropped it. Very nice coverage. Tight coverage by the Cards there. Kaya Powell on the defense. He was the quarterback for the Blue Devils. Steve Physic looking for number 17, Gary Cliff. He's a junior wide receiver for the Blue Devils. Kaya Powell, though, with some tight coverage and nearly had the interception for the Cards. Bringing up a 2nd down and 10 for the Blue Devils. 5 minutes, 43 seconds remaining in this third quarter of play. Steve Physic in the shotgun. Another shuffle pass here to his running back for a short gain for the Blue Devils. Going to bring up a 3rd down situation. 3rd and 8, 3rd and long for the Blue Devils. Well defended by the Cards. Nico Lautman on the stop for the Cards. Cardinals defense was downright stingy in the first half, really limiting the Blue Devil attack to only 115 yards. 66 yards on the ground, 49 in the air. 3rd down, stopped by the Cardinals. Just a short gain by the Blue Devils. Going to bring up a 4th down with 5 minutes remaining in the third. That was the quarterback on the keeper there, Steve Physic, the junior quarterback with the keeper, and they're going to keep that quarterback on the field, it appears, for the 4th down potentially here. Down 17-3. They may be looking to go for it on 4th and 5. Coach Luke Beal for the Blue Devils is making that call. They're going for it. 4th and 5. Pressured. Nearly taken down. Thrown to his receiver. For a big breakup by the Cards. That receiver looked like he had the ball, but broken up nicely by the Cards. Justin Galad was the intended receiver for the Blue Devils. Once again, Kaya Powell coming up big, the senior defensive back for the Cards with the stop. Turnover on downs. Cards with the ball. Going to take over on their own 28-yard line. 4:30 remaining in the third quarter. 17-3 advantage. Cards over the Blue Devils. 1st and 10. Let's do it again. Connor Krasanzik, QB, shotgun, 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the top side. He's going to hand off to Eddie Doherty. Juking and jiving. Going to be taken down by the Blue Devils, though, for negative yards on that 1st down carry. Number 83, Tyler Laffin, on a stop for the Blue Devils on that Eddie Doherty run attempt. It's going to be a 2nd down and 13 for the Cards, coming up on 4 minutes in this third quarter of play. No huddle, shotgun. Connor Krasanzik looking to run it himself straight up the middle. Had a lot of success with that in the first half, but this time just a few yards straight up. Going to bring up a 3rd down for the Cards. Again, the Cardinals in the first half of play, 2 of 5 on 3rd down conversions. Going to try it again on a 3rd and 10 situation. Defense jumping. Flag on the field. 3 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Going to back up the Blue Devils 5 yards. Going to make this a little bit more attainable. 3rd down, 3rd and 5 for the Cards. Thank you, Blue Devils. The Cards had their share of penalties in the first half, and now we've seen a few by the Blue Devils here in the second. Costly one potentially here for the Blue Devils. Third down and 5 for the Cards. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the top. Fake the handoff. Looking downfield, he's got a receiver open. Kyle Tankovich, number 11 at the 40-yard line with the grab. And a first down. Let's move those chains. Cardinals, 1st and 10. 3:10 remaining in the third quarter. 17-3, Cards over the Blue Devils. As the Cardinals get set for 1st and 10. Here we go. Connor Krasancic rolling to the top side, looking downfield. He's got a receiver breaking free, wide open. With the reception to the 20, to the 10. Stumbles on, bubbles into the end zone for the touchdown. Cardinals with the score. Put 6 more on the board. 23-3. They take the advantage. Corey Plavkin broke free, grabbed it, bubbled and stumbled his way into the end zone for the score. What a play. Corey Plavkin from Connor Krasancic for the Cards. 2:50 in the third quarter. Mike Music coming in to attempt that extra point. 23-3, looking to improve that by 1 here with the extra point attempt. Mike Music, the senior kicker, up. Add 1 more point on that board. 24-3, the Cards bumping that advantage up a little bit more. 21-point advantage over the Blue Devils of Brunswick. With the quick score, Connor Krasancic, the Corey Plavkin, who broke free and scampered down the field with a nice catch and a run into the end zone for the 6 points. 2:52 remaining in here in the third quarter. 24-3, the Cardinals on top of the Blue Devils. In control here. What a play by the Cards. Again, the Cards looking to improve on their 5-1 record going into the game here in the driver's seat, really for the playoffs here. Looking to go 2-0 in the conference as well. Northeastern Ohio Conference, the Valley Division, both of these teams. Brunswick's 0-1, Cards 1-0 to this point in the conference. Mike Music getting set to kick off from his 40-yard line. .252 remaining in the third quarter. 24-3, Cards over the Blue Devils. Senior night here at JTO. Student section dressed in the pink tonight for cancer awareness. As Mike Music with the kick. And the Blue Devils running the ball out the 10 to the 30. Taken down at the 30-yard line by the Cards. 2:45 remaining in the third quarter. Blue Devils coming out for a 1st and 10. It's Adam Weber on a return for the Blue Devils. Keith McCormick on the stop for the Cards on that kickoff. 1st and 10, Blue Devils. Cardinals back on defense once again. A quick strike offense doesn't give the Cardinals defense much of a break as they're back on the field again, but we'll take it that way when it means that we just put another touchdown on the board. Quarterback's going to keep it, but for minimal gain and taken down, drove backwards by the Cardinal defenders. See Nico Lautinen in on that. Also Von Maddox on the tackle. 3:25 remaining in the third quarter. Nice play on defense by the Cards. The junior Nico Lautinen and the senior Von Maddox on the stop. Second down and 12. Quarterback Steve Fissick, the junior for the Blue Devils in the shotgun position. 1 receiver at the top side, 2 on the near side, but he's again going to hand it off from that shotgun position for a nice little run by Richie Norman, the senior running back for the Blue Devils on the run. It's going to bring up a 3rd down for the Blue Devils here as we come up on 1 minute 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Oh, to 3rd and 6 on 3rd down here as the Blue Devils look for the call from the sideline. From their own 35-yard line. 3 receivers on the top side of the field in the shotgun position. Blue Devils tend to run the ball, even though they're in this shotgun set quite a bit. This time he's looking down the field. He's got a receiver on the top side. See what the call is. Incomplete pass. Going to bring up a 4th down and 6 for the Blue Devils. A minute 20 remaining in the third quarter. Cards 24, Blue Devils 3. Here comes the punting unit for the Blue Devils. Eddie Doherty lining up and getting ready for that kick at the 35-yard line.
Back to punt for Brunswick, number 16, Zach Carter. And returning for the Cardinals, number
2 punts for the Blue Devils in the first half. 44.5-yard average on each punt for the Blue Devils. Oh, nearly blocked the punt. It's going to take a Cardinals bounce there to about the 33-yard line on the Cardinals side of the field. Very close again to a blocked punt, and it definitely took a Cardinals bounce as that kicked back towards the Blue Devils side of the field. Minute 12 remaining in the third quarter. 24 points for your Menor Cardinals. 3 points for the Brunswick Blue Devils. Visiting here at the JTO on senior night. The JTO is rocking and rolling here as the Cardinals. A few quick scores already here. Connor Krasancic's going to hand off. Eddie Doherty got some running room straight ahead. 35 to the 37-yard line. A minute remaining in this third quarter. Bring up a 2nd down and 5. Nice first down run for Eddie Doherty. Connor Krasancic in that shotgun set. Brandon Fritz on the near side. 3 receivers up on the top side. He's going to hand it off again to Eddie Doherty. No, he kept it himself. Connor Krasancic scampers ahead for the first down, getting close to midfield. Coming up on 30 seconds remaining in the half. The quarterback keeper for Connor Krasancic. First down, Cards. Getting close to midfield here. Coming up on 25 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Connor Krasancic looking downfield, got his receiver Corey Plavkin to the 40-yard line. Nice grab by Corey. First down, get those chains moving. 16 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play. 24 Cards, 3 for the Blue Devils. See if they get a play off here. 13, 12, 11, coming up on 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And it looks like they'll be content to let the clock run down to take us into the fourth quarter of play. And that's where we'll go, with the Cardinals with the advantage, 24-3 over the visiting Brunswick Blue Devils. Once again, we had the Ring of Honor inductees here tonight. 8 players, 2 coaches, 6 teams inducted into there. Again, 1955 was the team that was first off inducted. 1968 was the next team that they ended up inducting into the Ring of Honor. 2003, 2006, 2007, and most recently the team from 2012 being recognized as well. They finished that season last year with a 9-1 record. They won the NOC Valley Division title. Menor scored 451 points, nearly breaking the record set by that 2003 team that scored 467. Cardinals get 10 as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Cards up 24-3. Connor Krasancic going to hand the ball off. Eddie Doherty running inside the 30, close to the 25-yard line with a quick run. Moving those chains once again for the Cards. First and 10, we're going to do it again. Just inside 12 minutes here in the second half. Fourth quarter just began. First and 10 once again for the Cards. Connor Krasancic, shotgun. Fakes a handoff to Alex Matthews. Looking downfield, he's got a receiver in the end zone. Brandon Fritz with the touchdown! Nice grab for the senior receiver, Brandon Fritz, from the senior quarterback, Connor Krasancic, on senior night here at the JTO, running the score to 30-3. The Cards over the Blue Devils. Nice grab by the senior receiver, Brandon Fritz, heading to North Carolina next year. Grabbing a touchdown this evening on senior night from Connor Krasancic. Mike Music, the senior kicker, coming out here for the extra point attempt once again. It's up. It's a penetration by the Blue Devils, but it was up and good. Just inside 12 minutes in the fourth quarter, 11:44 remaining in the game. So we just began the fourth quarter, but we began it the right way with the touchdown by the Cardinals. 31-3, Cards over the Blue Devils. Through the third quarter, Cardinals had 17 first downs, Brunswick just 10. Rushing, 200 yards rushing for the Cards, 121 for the Brunswick Blue Devils. Passing, only 60 yards through the air for the Blue Devils, 184 for your Menor Cardinals. Total yards, the Brunswick Blue Devils, 167. Let's add 200 more to that for 367 total yards through three quarters for your Menor Cardinals. Mike Music getting set to kick off, following that touchdown connection from Connor Krasanzik to Brandon Fritz. The senior connection on that TD. Here we go, 11:44 remaining in the fourth quarter of play. 31 Cards, 3 the Blue Devils. Blue Devils with a catch to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Taken down short of the 25-yard line. Fumble picked up by the Cardinals. What a play. Looked like it may have been brought down, but it was a fumble on the play. 34 for the Cards. Mason McKendrick, the senior DB, on the recovery of that fumble for the Cards, putting them once again inside the red zone. Here we go. We were just down here. We just scored a touchdown. We got it back. Fumble on that kickoff return for the Blue Devils. Gives it back in the hands of the Cards under recovery. Here we go once again. The Cards offense marching on the field. 1st and 10. 11:33 in the game. Back in familiar territory for the Cardinals. Connor Krasanzik in the shotgun. 2 receivers on the near side. 1 on the top side. As he hands off the ball to, he's going to keep it himself. It looked like a handoff, but quarterback keeper taken down for a couple yards. Looked like he faked the ball to Alex Matthews. He faked me out for a second there. Thought I gave it to him, but it was a quarterback keeper as he ran to the top side of the field for a couple yards. Going to bring up a second down situation for the Cards. 2nd and 7 as we approach 11 minutes remaining in the game. 31-3, Cards over the Blue Devils of Brunswick. Connor Krasanzik in the shotgun. Hands off the ball to Jarrell Jackson. Coming up to the 10-yard line, Jarrell Jackson with a nice run. 10:45 remaining in the game.
Jarrell Jackson on the carry for the Cardinals. Brought down by number 82 on the other shoulder.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down for the Cards. 3rd and 5 for the Cards. Connor Krasanzik rolling to the top side. He's got a receiver in the end zone. Brandon Fritz, let's do it again! Touchdown for the senior-to-senior connection. Krasanzik to Brandon Fritz in the top of the end zone for the TD. Give me 6 points. Let's bring out the senior kicker for the extra point here. Senior-to-senior, Connor Krasanzik to Brandon Fritz once again. About a minute and a half in between touchdowns, the same connection. Krasanzik to Brandon Fritz, bringing the score to 37 for the Cardinals, 3 for the Blue Devils as we come on to attempt the extra point. Mike Music getting set. The hold and the kick, it's up. Here's another extra point for Mike Music. The senior kicker, another extra point, bringing the score to 38 for the Cards, 3 for the visiting Brunswick Blue Devils as the Cardinals go racing ahead here in the second half. In the fourth quarter here, only a couple minutes off the clock. 10:29 remaining in the fourth quarter here. 2 quick touchdowns by the Menor Cardinals, both times from the quarterback, senior on senior night, Connor Krasanzik, to the receiver, senior number 1, Brandon Fritz. High action here for the Cardinal faithful in the fourth quarter. 14 quick points by the Cards. Mike Music getting set to kick off from the 40-yard line for Menor. 38-3. Cards in control at this point over the Brunswick Blue Devils. Cards looking to improve to 6-1 on the season. Looks like the Blue Devils are going to be taking a step back to 4-3. The kick, Mike Music kicking him back. That's going to go for a touchback in the end zone. Nice kick for the senior kicker. 39, Mike Music. Going back to some of the statistics for the through the third quarter, there were 3 penalties for 20 yards to the game in that point for the Brunswick Blue Devils. 3 for 35 yards against the Mentor Cardinals. Again, through the third quarter, the Mentor Cardinals gained 200 more yards than the Blue Devils. 367 yards versus 167 for the Blue Devils. Time of possession through 3 quarters, 21 minutes, 54 seconds for the Blue Devils, 14 minutes for the Cards. But that quick strike offense for the Cardinals doesn't keep that offense on the field very long. Cardinals had the quarterback, Steve Fissick, under pressure there before throwing to the top of the field, flags on the field. Joe Pinzone on the catch for the Blue Devils, 5-yard reception. So we'll wait to see what the flags are for. 10 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the game, 38-3, Cards with the advantage. And they're marching them in the Cardinal direction, so that's going to be going against the Cardinals here. Going to be a personal foul against the Cards. Going to be a 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line on the Brunswick side of the field after that penalty. Number 10, Steve Fissick, the QB for the Blue Devils. 10 minutes remaining in the game. Fissick looking, had a receiver wide open at the downside of the screen here. That was Dean Remachone with the incomplete pass there. 9:59 remaining in the game. 38-3, Cards over the Blue Devils. Blue Devils looking to the sideline for the play here. The Cardinal faithful starting to get loud here. They're sensing another Cardinal victory here at home. Back-to-back home victories. And this will be the 5th victory in a row for the Cards as well. A handoff for the Blue Devils. For a short gain, Richie Norman, the senior running back for the Blue Devils. Just a couple yards on the carry. Going to bring up a 3rd down and long. We'll call it a 3rd down and 7 for the Blue Devils. Both teams looking to the sideline for the plays. Cardinals defense, for the most part, been holding this strong Brunswick rushing attack in check this evening. Last week again on the upset victory, Brunswick over Elyria. Quite a big rushing attack for the Blue Devils. They had one running back over 200 yards himself, Chase Reed, last week, who we haven't seen much of this evening. The senior running back for the Blue Devils, over 200 yards, and that decisive victory for the Blue Devils last week as they topped Elyria. A lot different this evening as the Cardinals have had their number for most of the game with stopping that rushing attack. 4th and 7 for the Blue Devils coming up here. They got a decision to make. Being down 38-3, their coach may just decide to go for it here. Luke Beal is in fact going to go for it on 4th and 7. The quarterback, Steve Fissick, under pressure. Von Maddox putting the pressure on the quarterback as he threw the ball incomplete at midfield. Going to be a turnover on downs. Coming back to the Cards' direction here for a 1st and 10. Let's do it again, Cards. 9 minutes, 7 seconds remaining in the game. 38-3, the Cards topping the Blue Devils here. Cardinals again feeling comfort at home with a big victory last week over Shaker Heights. Last week, Shaker Heights came in with an identical 4-1 record, just like the Cards, but the Cards squashed them quick with the big victory over Shaker. And again, the visiting Blue Devils here, not being welcomed very nicely as the guests here in Jerome T. Osborne Stadium as the Cardinals with the big advantage here in the 4th quarter. 38-3, 8:55 remaining in the game. Short run just there on 1st down for Jarrell Jackson as the offense looking to the sideline for the call. It's going to be a second down for the Cardinals. Cardinals making some changes in the personnel here, getting some guys some minutes here with the score the way it is. Nice run straight ahead for the Cards. Jake Barnelli on the run, the senior running back for the Cards. It's going to be a 3rd down and 6 for the Cardinals, coming up on 8 minutes remaining in the game. As the offense looking to the sideline for the play call. Shotgun set, 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the top side. QB's going to run the ball. Positive yardage to the 30-yard line. Number 19 at quarterback. That's Matt Eisworth with a different number here. You guys remember up to this point in the season, Matt Eisworth's been wearing number 3, but he switched that jersey number this evening to number 19. So there's been a change at quarterback here. Matt Eisworth on a nice run for the first down for the Cards. 7 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the game. 38-3. Cards over the Blue Devils. Jarrell Jackson with the run for a couple yards. A couple yards for the Cards. Going to bring up a second down and long. 7 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the game. Got the whole team looking to the sideline for the play call here. Getting some playing time for some guys who aren't customarily in there, with the advantage that the Cardinals enjoying at this point of the game. 38-3 over the Blue Devils. Shotgun position. Matt Eisworth is going to hand off the ball again. Jarrell Jackson running hard up to the 24-yard line on the Blue Devils side of the field. Nice run by Jarrell Jackson. Going to bring up a 3rd down and short situation for the Cards. 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the game. Going to call it a 3rd and 4 for the Cards. Matt Eisworth looking to the sideline for the call. 2 receivers on the top side, 1 on the near side. Shotgun position. And the snap. Quarterback's going to hand it off to Jarrell Jackson again. Nice break of a tackle. Almost broke another one, but taken down at the 20-yard line. Jarrell Jackson. He's going to move the chains, though. Unless they're going to call it short. And it is shy of that first down. Very close to moving the chains there with 5 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the game. Jarrell Jackson on a short run there for the Cards. 4th and very short for the Cards here. Matt Eisworth, the QB, looking for the call. Play clock down to 12 seconds. Matt Eisworth with the snap. Jake Barnelli going straight ahead. And he should have enough for the first down. Now we're going to move those chains. 1st and 10, Cards. 5:18 remaining in the game. Jake Barnelli on a run. Got number 19. Matt Eisworth is the QB. Also in the backfield there, Jarrell Jackson. Going to have 1 receiver at the top side, 3 on the near side. 1st and 10, Cards. Quarterback's going to give it to number 20, Jarrell Jackson. Running straight ahead inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. 4:45 remaining in the game. Elijah Galloway on the stop for the Blue Devils. 2nd down and 3 for the Cards. The ball on the Blue Devil 11-yard line. 15 seconds on the play clock. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the top side. Matt Eisworth, the QB, the sophomore. He's going to hand the ball off to Jake Barnelli, moving straight ahead, close to the 5-yard line. For the first down, going to be first down, goal to goal for the Cards. 4 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the game. 38-3, Cards over the Blue Devils. First down, goal to goal for the Cards. Another strong evening for the Cardinals here. It's going to be the 5th victory in a row for the Cardinals here. Starting out the season with the victory, week number 1 against Erie McDowell. Ended up coming back home again for game number 2 against the St. Ignatius Wildcats, where they suffered their only loss of the season. 26-6 was a loss to the Wildcats. Then they had a 3-game road trip, topping Euclid Panthers 36-0. 49-0 over the Twinsburg Tigers in Twinsburg Stadium, and then a 62-43 victory over the Brush Arcs. The Cardinals moving straight ahead here. First down. Jake Barnelli on a run once again. It's going to bring up a second down and goal to goal. Last week, once again, the Cardinals came back home and topped the Shaker Heights Red Raiders. Home again here against the Brunswick Blue Devils. Blue Devils with a strong rushing attack coming into the game. For the most part, it's been squashed by the Cardinals, and the Cardinals have had no problem on offense. Here they go again, running the ball straight ahead. Barnelli looks like he's going to be short of the goal line as he was stuffed. And actually, that was the quarterback keeper, Matt Eisworth, on the run. Third down, goal to goal for the Cards. Coming up on 2.5 minutes remaining in the game. Cardinals 38, the Blue Devils 3. Cards on the move again. This drive here highlighting a mix of some different players in the game. Matt Eisworth in at QB, taking over for Connor Krasanzik. He's going to run the ball straight ahead, and he's going to be in for a touchdown! Matt Eisworth with the quarterback keeper straight up the center for the TD. Put 6 more points on the board. 44-3 is his score. 2:11 remaining in the game as the Cards tack another touchdown, another quarterback keeper run straight up the center for Matt Eisworth, the sophomore quarterback, with the run and the touchdown for the Cards. The extra point's up, and it's good. Going to be 45 points for your Mentor Cardinals, 3 points for the visiting Brunswick Blue Devils. Mike Music with yet another extra point attempt, following a Matt Eisworth, QB keeper for the touchdown. Cardinals well ahead with 2 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the game. Another night where the Cardinal faithful is going to go home happy with the big Cardinals victory here. We're pushing the Cardinals record up to 6-1 on the season and in the driver's seat for the playoff push in 2013. Brunswick Blue Devils going to be dropping to 4-3 with the record 0-2 in the conference, Northeast Ohio Conference, the Valley Division. Going to improve the Cardinals to 2-0 in the conference. Mike Music coming out for the kickoff.
The Mentor High School football team is dedicating tonight's game
11 remaining in the game.
Tony was an assistant coach.
Senior night here with the JTO. Once again, before the game, the senior players on the team, senior football team members, and the senior cheerleaders came out with their parents to be recognized in front of the Mentor crowd. Mike Music getting set from his own 40-yard line, and actually that's number 31. That's Cal Tomasone. Here we go, Tomasone with the kick. And he's going to pooch kick it there, trying to get the ball, try to catch him off guard. The pile up fighting for the ball. And it looks like it's going to be the Blue Devils' possession here. After the pooch kick, Cardinals trying to catch the Blue Devils off guard. Going to bring up a first down and 10. 2 minutes. 5 seconds remaining here in the game, in the fourth quarter. 45-3. The Cards with the big score advantage over the Blue Devils out of Brunswick. Blue Devils looking to the sideline for the call. as the Cards get set on defense. October 11th. Beautiful day during the day. 70-degree temperatures and sunny here in Mentor, Ohio. To a brisk fall evening here, though, at night. The temperature is cooling down in the 50s. Probably feeling extra cold for the Blue Devils after experiencing a 45-3 score at the hands of the Cardinals. 2 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in the game. Brunswick with the timeout. 34-yard line on the Brunswick side of the field. Blue Devils coming out here, seeing what they could do in this possession. Number 10, Steve Fissick, still in there at quarterback with the handoff. Running back's got some running room. Straight ahead to the 44-yard line. Joe Pinzone on the run. Joe Pinzone catching quite a bit of catches in the beginning of the second half here, but running the ball on that occasion for some positive yards, getting the first down, moving the chains for the Blue Devils. 43-yard line. Coming up on a minute 55 remaining in the game. Blue Devils 1st and 10. Going to hand off the ball, running straight ahead for the quick gainer on the Cardinals side of the field to the 42-yard line on the Cardinals side of the field here. I think that's the first time we've seen his name so far today. Lenny Martz on the run. Minute 30 remaining in the game. 45-3. York Cardinals on top. Nick Horton now in a quarterback, and he's got a fall on that ball that was fumbled as it was snapped back. Going back with the ball on the Blue Devils side of the field after that fumble. Minute 9 remaining in the game. It's going to bring up a second down, 23 for the Blue Devils with a minute left. Again, that was Nick Horton in a quarterback for the Blue Devils. Sophomore QB, 50 seconds remaining in the game. From a shotgun position, 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the top side, and that QB's going to run it himself. Taken down by the Cards. That's Adam Williams, the junior linebacker for the Cards. Half a minute remaining in the game. 3rd and 20 for the Blue Devils. 45-3, the Cards on top. Just shy of midfield on the Blue Devils side of the field. Got time for about one more play here. 18, 17. Creeping down to 10 seconds remaining in the game. Blue Devils, 3rd and long. With the snap and the handoff. A little bit of running room. The 50, the 45 to the 41. That was Mark Davis on the run, the sophomore running back for the Blue Devils. And that's going to signal the end of the game. Clock runs to 0. 45-3. The Cards over the Blue Devils. Cardinals improving to 6-1 on the season. Blue Devils falling to 4-3. Cardinals, the second victory in their second game in the conference, the Northeast Ohio Conference, the Valley Division, as the Blue Devils fall to 0-2 in the conference. As the teams come out to shake hands. And again, the Mentor crowd going home happy here after the big decisive victory, 45-3 on this Friday evening here.